Hey guys, Coach Bricks here with the Earth Strong. Hey, I heard this quote, and I don't know who said it. It said Marcus Aurelius said it. I don't know if he really did, but it comes out as, you know, being comfortable is the worst addiction. Comfort is the worst addiction. And I think he's right. And I think comfort has changed us and has really destroyed us as human beings because our aim and focus is only being comfortable. We don't want any kind of discomfort in our life. Now, granted, I don't think anybody should go out there and just try to hurt themselves on purpose, just to hurt themselves. But I do believe that we should strive to actually put a little bit of, discomfort into our lives so we can grow. Babies are always uncomfortable. I say this all the time. That's how they grow. When they're growing, they start to get more fidgety. They start to cry more. That's all a sign of good, as any adult would tell you. But as soon as it happens to an adult, then it's like, oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want any kind of discomfort. That's why people don't go to the gym. I think that's the number one reason. It's not because they dislike the gym. It's because they don't want any discomfort. Oh, the next day I'm so sore. Okay. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but okay. That's your prerogative. But that's part of life. That's how we grow. We grow. And so when comfortable comes in, it's also easy, with being comfortable is trying to get to a retirement age. Everybody says, hey, I just want to get to 60, 62 and I want to retire. Well, what do you want to do after that? Oh, I don't know. I just want to sit back and enjoy life. Well, why aren't you enjoying life now? Yes, there's more stuff you have to do in the sense of, more work and things like that, but that's part of life. That's what makes you better. That's what makes you grow. That's what makes you understand who you are. Being comfortable, we try to create this comfortable lifestyle for all our kids as adults, and look what we created. We created a generation of kids who don't want to work, okay, who have more anxiety issues, mental health issues than ever before. They're on more drugs to try to combat the problem that they have, but we've given them everything they want. You go back 30, 40, 50 years ago, that generation, your Generation X's and before that, they had to deal with things because they didn't have all the luxuries of life. But now that Generation X, now our parents, they created everything so easy for their kids that now the kids don't know how to handle adversity because they want everything comfortable. A teacher yells at them, I don't want that. I want to go to a school that it's easy, where the teachers don't get mad. They don't yell. But what is that? We need to get back to, I'm not saying we got to go back to a point of, beating people, but we got to go back to a point of actually challenging people and not getting upset, parents, when your kids get challenged from teachers or coaches or whatever. We can't get that. They're trying to push them outside of their comfort zone because comfortability is where you die. You die in that area. Because if you're not challenging yourself, you're not growing. And I don't know why parents can't understand that. Why do we continue to get mad at coaches who try to push your kids to be better, or at teachers who are trying to make your kids better? We gotta start accepting the kids of running the show. Life is tough. So when they get out of those so-called, boxed in areas, whether it's, high school or whatever, and they actually have to get out in the real world and the boss is tough on them, the parents want to run and save them from that too. That's not how it works. We got to get out of this comfortable lifestyle. We got to get back to actually challenging ourselves. That's why one of the purposes of when I created Earth Strong, that's what it was all about. Working on the spiritual, getting uncomfortable in that realm, the mental and this physical, challenging the self in the environments that we have that God had given us, the elements. How many people are willing to do that? I'm not going outside, it's too cold. Or it's too hot. Well, what do you want? You want 70 and sunny every day? I know most of you would say yes. It's not life. It's just not. We got to get rid of the comfortable lifestyle. Not totally, but we have to get rid of it and challenge our bodies. But being comfortable is an addiction because we don't want to do anything outside the realm of making stuff a little more difficult. So if you're really looking for that challenge, then get out of being comfortable all the time. Make yourself a little uncomfortable. And parents, you got to do that for your kids. Take the cell phones away. Gosh, you're third grade and you have a cell phone for what? What is the purpose? Well, my school needs. Then the schools need to change their policies. Get rid of the crap. No kid should have to have that. It's like, well, they're going to be so far behind in technology. Well, fine. Who cares? Look what technology has done. Look what technology is doing. And nobody wants to, we know we can do it, but should we do it? That's the question we should all be asking. We should be asking that question. Why? Were we so bad off 30, 40 years ago? I still hear parents talk about how great the 80s were. Well, what made the 80s so great for kids? Because we rolled everywhere, man. We went everywhere. We ran all over the neighborhoods, had fun, did this, did that, the community looked out. Now we have all this so-called great stuff, but yet nobody does any of that. And we have more kids that are so upset about life and they don't know how to create fun for themselves. So what happened? Where did we go wrong? Maybe all this high-tech stuff, maybe isn't all it's cracked up to be. Maybe we got it wrong, but maybe we need to fix it and challenge our kids. Challenge them not just to be, hey, I'm going to go because you're not playing and I'm going to push the coach out of the way. Maybe challenge our kids to become better and work harder. And then have them strive for something even better than that, than what we have, but make them work towards it. Not just give it to them. I don't want to give my kids anything. They got to earn that stuff. That's part of life. That's what God put us on this earth for, to earn what we have. We need to start changing our mindset. Yes, I do believe being comfortable is an addiction. I do believe it's probably one of the worst addictions that we have in life. So we can change it as a society. We continue to go down that path. I don't know. You can follow me. You don't have to follow me. I'm going to stay with the old school stuff. Sorry. You know what I mean? Is everything old school to me? No. I mean, this technology right here that you're hearing me on, this wasn't around when I was, growing up. But I'd still stay away from a lot of that stuff. Because why? Because it makes us soft. And when we become soft, then we have major issues. And the more people I talk to understand that there's a lot of softness that is going on, spiritually especially, okay, but physically you look at people, and mentally you look at people. We can change it, but we got to change it now, and we got to start changing our mindset and how we're going to deliver that. Stop trying to push people out of the way who challenge your kids to become better. That's all I try to do. I try to challenge kids to look, to try to be the best possible they possibly can be. That's it, as well as many other coaches do the same thing. But we have to do it if we're going to have a better society. Society will grow and become better as long as we continue to challenge people and not just give them things. Because that's all as parents, it seems like we've done over the last 10 to 15, 20 years, is try to hand everything to our kids so they can have an easier life. It's not about an easier life. Easier lives come when you work hard. They don't come because I handed you something. You learn and you grow, and that's what makes life easier. There's always a challenge in life. It's whether you're willing to put the time into it to learn from those experiences. If we're just handing it to you and giving you all the answers, you're not growing. You're not getting better. There's no way. And then you'll eventually fail. And when you do fail, that's what happens. We come way down, and then we have mental problems. We have all this other kind of stuff going on. We got to end it. Join me. Let me know if you think being comfortable is an addiction or not. If you think it's one of the worst things that's going on here in America. Be blessed. God bless you.